Good day. My name is Tom Moore, and you're receiving this video today from the offices of Moore Memory, a company that I created several years ago, and its purpose was to bring education forward for the 21st century. Now, Moore Memory is based on some ancient knowledge that was created by the Greeks with the use of memory systems and images around 350 BC, but which has been greatly supplemented by recent real-time brain scan discoveries in the last 20 to 25 years from major neurological institutes and universities all over the world. So what have they learned? Well, first of all, the human brain is really awesome. Every second of our lives, we process billions of sensory impressions. Now, to give you an idea what that is, if you had a 1 billion inch string, it stretches out for 15,782 miles. Now, we're processing plural of that every second. Now, major discovery, 95% of all of those sensory impressions are created through eyesight. So the brain's primary natural learning language clearly is through imagery created by sight. Now, collectively, the minor senses that I call them, the hearing, smell, taste, touch, sound, and emotion, the minor senses collectively account for 5% of our impressions. But they play a key role in that the minor senses frequently are the triggering mechanism that helps you recall data you've learned. All right, so minor senses play a very important role. Now, the goal of Moore Memory, we want to start showing students in the world how to create permanent, retrievable knowledge. And we're into imagery, so we're going to put an A between the P and the R, and we're going to think in terms of parking data in our minds so that we have the ability to go back in and retrieve it and use it in our business and our everyday lives in the future. Now, there basically are only two types of knowledge recognized by the brain, regardless of subject. All right, one is knowledge that can be easily pictured. All right, so here we have the word judge, J-U-D-G-E, and very quickly everybody can learn judge because they can actually see him or her in front of them with their robe on, their wig, and their mallet. And so you can easily make a quick association between the word judge and the picture judge because the picture is easy to see. Now, let's go to the second type of knowledge. Unfortunately, this is by far the greatest preponderance of knowledge in our lives. As language began to expand many, many centuries ago, they ran out of words that were picturable, and so they started using words that were abstract. All right, we all know what abstract art is. Here's a good example. And well, that's really beautiful. If we look at it for a little while and then later on try to recreate it, it's going to be very difficult because it's not in an image. Now, let me give you an example of an abstract word which we're going to learn shortly, and that is a nerve that was in the human body, and that I taught this as one of 26 nerves last March to an anatomy class in Columbia, South Carolina. And that word is iliohypogastric nerve. Now, that's a totally abstract word, right? And not to mention the fact we haven't dealt with the definition in this case, where would it be located? Well, there's a real crisis in the world today in learning abstraction. And one of the reasons is physiological. The major research institutes have actually learned that only about 10% of the world's population can effectively process abstract knowledge subconsciously. Well, that was a mouthful, right? So what happened today in education is that we are relying on our subconscious to learn. And there's 90% of us in the world that do not have a highly evolved subconscious capability. So what do? Are we in despair? No, there is no reason for that. There is an easy solution. All right, most knowledge today that you're going to need to gain control of to get a job in the future is going to be in science, information technology, engineering, and math. Almost all of those subjects are totally abstract. So let's go back to our little definition of what the two types of knowledge are. Very simply, the one is picturable. There we go, very simple. Got a picture frame, and there's a lady in it. Two is abstract. Now, a lot of my children, when I first teach this, they will say, well, we don't know what abstract is. Let's make a picture of that. Actually, not a very nice picture. So we think about somebody's abs, right? And somebody is striking his abs with a little stick. And we say abs are being struck. That's not a pretty picture. So that's how we use images to take an abstract word and to apply its definition. Now, learning in picture images is extraordinarily fast. I have students of almost every age make that comment to me within the first 1 or 2 hours of using systems. There is a physiological basis for that as well. Around 2013, one of the major neurological institutes in the United States clocked the speed with which the brain recognized an image. And this was done in real time with the brain being scanned. And that clock came up 13 one-thousandths of a second. I don't know if there's many other human activities in the world that exceed that. But what that means very, very happily for everyone is that learning now can go at a much more accelerated pace. Now, let's learn using a simple little memory system, 5 of the major nerves in the human body. And these were actually slides that I used with the anatomy class this past spring. And the very simple little memory system is this. We're going to use phonetics that rhyme with numbers. Now, almost all the more memory courses will all be organized by a number system because numbers are the basis by which everyone organizes their education standards or their textbooks. We're going to use a very simple little limited system here today. 1 rhymes with run, so you're going to have a woman running. 2 is the zoo, so we're going to have animals at the zoo. 3 is a tree, you're going to visualize a tree. 4, door, and 5 is a beehive. Not very difficult. Think about that again. 1 run, 2 zoo, 3 tree, 4 door, 5 hive, beehive. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to associate in order the name of one of the nerves to that image. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to learn 5 of the nerves today very quickly. All right, first nerve is called a brachial plexus. All right, abstract word, right? So what we're going to do is we've got to figure out, okay, how do I associate the lady running 1 run to brachial plexus? Well, we're going to have a phonetic or a sound substitute that is a picture. So let's go through this now. Brachial. All right, I hear in that word the word break, and eel. Well, both of those are pictures. All right, so we have a woman running, and you say, oh, she's going to put on the brakes. Now, human beings don't actually have brakes, but imagine we stop, all right? And then what is she stopping for? Well, there's a great big gigantic green eel in her path, all right? Now, plexus, all right? So she's got to protect herself, and she's going to protect us. There's more than one person in our image here. So she's going to put in front of herself, so that's between herself and the eel, a piece of clear plexiglass. So I want you to see that image. You want to see the image of the woman running. She all of a sudden puts on the brakes. She stops. She sees this big, gigantic eel, and she's going to protect us by putting a big, clear piece of plexiglass in front. Now, where is the nerve located in the human body? Well, it's located along the top of the shoulder. So we're going to say all this is happening on the top of the shoulder of the road, all right? So brachial plexus, 1 run. All right, we're going to go to our next one. 2, remember, is zoo. Now, this is a mouthful here. The musculocutaneous nerve. All right, phonetically, once again, let's break it down. Well, the zoo, we got these lions, and they're lifting weights, and they're building up these big muscles that are cut, low on their arm, and they really look cool. And they're wearing tan neon shirts. Musculocutaneous muscle. Mouthful, all right? Now, where is it located? Well, it's located right below the shoulder, and it's in the upper arm. So that's pretty good image, because that's where we have our muscle building up there in our bicep, all right? Now I'm gonna go, I didn't do this on slide 1, but I'm gonna now do it with the others. Let's add some minor sense images in here. And you at home, when you're listening to the video, you might want to create your own minor senses to strengthen the story and your ability to retrieve it. All right, so here we go, minor sense. So we got all the animals talking at the zoo while the lions are out there flexing. That's our hearing. Smell. Well, the zoo probably doesn't smell real well. It's probably early in the morning, sun's out, got a lot of different animals there, right? Taste. Maybe the lions, as in preparation for the workout, are drinking protein drinks. Chocolate, strawberry, vanilla. All right, touch. See the lions reaching down, and you can sense them touching or picking up the heavy weights. And emotion. Well, these lions are proud of the fact they're really strong, and they're the alphas of the zoo. All right, so 2 zoo, musculocutaneous nerve. All right, 3 is really easy. 3 rhymes with tree, and our word is radial nerve. Well, that sounds like a radio to me. All right, a very easy image. Now, let's go back. Also, I should have given you this image. Nerve, when I first worked with an anatomy teacher with his PowerPoint, he had the abbreviation for nervous system, he had NS. So I just plugged in a couple of letters to create Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster for nerve. All right, so here we go. We're in a tree. Who's in the tree? Nessie. And the location of this nerve is inside the upper arm. So imagine Nessie's up in this tree, and on the inside of her upper arm is a small radio. Maybe she's got a headset on, all right? And maybe she's drinking a glass of lemonade. All right, so let's go through our minor senses. Nessie's got her headset on, she's hearing the music. Smell, maybe it's early spring and the tree has a wonderful scent of new growth, blossoms. Taste, Nessie drinking that cool lemonade drink. Touch, well, Nessie's like a lot of us, she, doesn't have a large attention span. She's always sitting there moving the channels on the radio. And last one, emotion. Well, Nessie's enjoying this wonderful early spring morning. All right, so there you go. 3 treed radial nerve. Now we're going to go to 4. 4 rhymes with door, as we said earlier. And we've got an easy, funny picture here as well. All right, this is the median nerve, all right? So we all know what a median is in the middle of a highway. That strip of grass that separates the flow of traffic going one direction, going the other. All right, so we've got a door, crazy place for that to be, right? Maybe with a door frame in the middle of this median. And these cars are driving by at high speeds, and they're creating all this air pressure, and the door keeps swinging out wildly back and forth. Now, Nessie goes up. Maybe she's going to try to shut the door, and the location is above the inside of the elbow. Well, maybe she reaches over to try to get the door handle, and that door hits right above her elbow and breaks her arm right there. All right? 4-door median nerve. Now let's go our minor senses real quick. Hearing, well, we've got all these cars racing by, almost like it's a Formula One race. Smell, maybe got a lot of gas fumes in the median. Taste. Nessie's got to get something to drink. She's really hot. She's really hurting now with that injury to her upper elbow. Touch. Oh man, the touch here is a bad one. That door violently hitting Nessie. And then the last one, well, Nessie's really uncomfortable, maybe really upset, need medical care. So 4-door, median nerve. Now our last one, which I gave you already, as an example, 5 is a beehive. All right, so this is our big word. I love this word, iliohypogastric nerve. Goodness, what a mouthful that is. All right, now actually that is a very easy picture to break down. And let's look at that right now. So the beehive, we've got a mother bee and a little baby bee, and they're watching, and in the distance, the little bee says, I see a lion, ilio, hypo would be a hippo. Now we're spelling it hypo so we can strengthen our association of spelling, but hippo would be H-I-P-P-O. What are they doing? Lion and the hippo are down at the bottom of this hill in front of a car that's owned by Nessie, and they're doing a gas trick, G-A-S-T-R-I-C. Now, what would the gas trick be? Well, maybe they've got some little siphon, and they're siphoning all the gas out of Nessie's car. And the little bee is seeing that. I see lion and a hippo doing a gas trick. All right, where is this located? Well, it's located at the bottom of our rib cage. All right, so when they finish siphoning off all the gas, they've got a little container. They're going to put it in this little low-ribbed cage. The cage is actually going to be looking like bones or ribs. All right, so iliohypogastric nerve, number 5, beehive. All right, so and if you want to mentally review this with me very quickly, we had one run. We had the lady running. She puts on her brakes in front of the eel, puts up the plexiglass to protect us. That is brachial plexus. 2 is the zoo, long word. Lions with their big muscles that are cut low, that are cool, wearing tan neon shirts. Musculocutaneous nerve. 3, tree. Well, that was the easy one. We got Nessie up in the tree listening to her radial nerve. 4, door, got that crazy door in the middle. The medial nerve. And 5, the beehive, iliohypogastric nerve. All right, to recap, you now know the names and the locations of 5 of the major nerve groups in your body, and you can see with enough time and structure, you can learn all the nerves in the body, and you can begin to learn everything else about the human body as it relates to the practice of medicine. So truly, everybody could become a doctor. Now, I appreciate it if you're still with me. We're almost 20 minutes into the video. A very good friend of mine who's been in touch with several nations around the world about more memory had requested this video, and he asked me if we could do it in 1 or 2 minutes. As I think about this now, you may be able to recognize an image within 13/1000ths of a second, but I really can't talk and demonstrate more memory that fast. So if you're still with us through the video at this point, I thank you very much for your commitment to time and your attention. I'd also just like all of you to reflect, if you've learned these 5 nerves, what it feels like to actually learn in this manner. It physiologically has a different feel to me than if you just read a word and try to understand its meaning or definition. So there's quite a bit more to more memory than what we've done in this 20 minutes. We're available to talk with national governments, subdivisions of national governments, states, cities, provinces, towns, school districts, and I speak with great confidence that you can immediately tremendously enhance the academic success of students of any age in your country by using more memory. So please feel free to contact me at tom.moore@morememory.com. We can arrange additional video conferences to talk about the entire curriculum structure, or we can arrange for personal visits. Once again, thank you very much for your time. I hope this has been helpful, and I hope you've enjoyed it, because truly the brain is an awesome, awesome feature of humanity. Good day.